Yo, what's good? It's your boy Rafataka, and I kind of just wanted to share what a great experience I had at Upside Tattoo, right outside of Austin, Texas. I believe it's Huddle, and I was fortunate, and I feel honored and blessed that I got tattooed by Andy Foe, mentor, friend, brother from another mother. And I've been through Andy's, and I've got a couple of reviews up. I've been to a few of his seminars. I met Andy pretty on in my tattoo career. It's a pretty interesting story, but I'm not here to talk about that story. But I'll say a couple years back, maybe it's been 5 years since I've known Andy, and Andy is what you see on his Instagram. Andy is what you see on his YouTube interview. Andy is genuinely a really amazing human being. And this is my first time getting tattooed by him. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit intimidated. I was nervous because I didn't know what I was gonna get. So yeah, it even happens to tattooers. I had no idea what I was gonna get. I just didn't want to waste his time. And most people that get tattooed by Andy get huge pieces and they sit like rocks, at least in appearance to me. And I'm a big chicken shit. I ain't gonna front. Like, shit hurts. Tattoos hurt. I got tattoos, but shit hurt. So I'm like, you know what? But the fact that he made time and wanted to tattoo me, I just felt very humbled and honored. And yeah, so let me break down my experience. So if you've never been to Upside Tattoo, it is the most different tattoo shop I've ever been to. And I've been to tattoo shops, I'm gonna say, in at least 4 countries, right? Countries, and a few out here in the States. And it's fucking different. It's different in every way, right? So when you walk in, taking off your shoes. First, that's the first level of different. You're going to take off your shoes. You're going to put them by the door. You're going to get greeted by the person at the front desk. At that moment, I want to say it was Jazz or Izzy. No, not Izzy. I believe it was, never mind. But anyway, you're going to get greeted at the front door. You're going to put your shoes down. And we're gonna start this creative process, right? So if you've never been there, it's a huge space. It's very minimal designs, white walls, couple of plants, couple of fake plants, couple of real plants, and incense continuously burning. In the middle of the whole area, there's like a maybe meditation space, if you will. And I remember when Andy talked about these yoga mats that he wanted to get his clients to do. And artists, if you ever go over there, you're kind of like, hey man, this is the way we tattoo here, give it a try. Eventually, if it doesn't work out for you, then you can go to a regular lifted massage bed. But for the most part, like, that's the vibe, right? The whole vibe is about being natural and comfortable. There's no TV, there's no music, there is sound, right? So I don't know if I would consider it music, but there is sound. And it's basically like meditation sounds, like om and like bings and bongs. So you're gonna get put into a certain mental state. So when Andy asked me when I wanted to get tattooed, man, I had 1,000 ideas, but I didn't want to bother again. I felt just like, man, don't waste a day on me, man. But you know, I was very fortunate, and I just kept it real true. Like, what am I into? I'm into horror, I'm into zombies, and I'm into culture. And I said, what do you like to tattoo? Because really, when you go to a tattoo artist, most tattoo artists are going to give you what you want, but you're going to get their best work when you ask them what do they like to do or what do they enjoy doing. So Andy showed me what he's been doing with his clients lately, and they've been having like you have like a consultation drawing phase, right? Where he just jots down everything that you say you're into, and you start brainstorming. It's almost like a mood board, right? And the energy that is creating, I felt like, wow, this is fucking dope, right? This is like, because Andy can do realism, right? You just find an image, maybe add a montage it, stencil it, done. It's a little different. So this is a creative process, right? So now he sees an image, and instead of just stenciling it, he draws the image right in front of you. So me and him were both drawing on the paper, going back and forth, and I started telling him a little bit about Colombian culture, and I told him about the Chichap tribes and the symbol. Actually, my first tattoo was a Chichap tribe symbol, and man, I don't know. He started finding stuff, and next thing you know, he found this image of a mummy that was tied up that's actually in the Museum of Bogota, right? In the Bogota is like the capital of Colombia, and the Museo de Oro, which is the Museum of Gold, this mummy exists there, right? So this mummy checked off all my boxes, right? It's horror, it's zombie, it is culture, right? Like I started thinking about like, oh shit, well, I wonder what the fuck this guy did to get fucking tied up like this. And so he sits there, he draws it right in front of you, and you're sipping tea, the fanciest tea shit that I ever seen. I was like, bang, whatever. It was dope. And I'm a coffee guy, right? So I was like, yo, where the coffee at? But the tea satisfied. It satisfied that want, right? That void, if you will. And there's tons of snacks for you to choose from. Each station has a snack, and then we do the stencil process. So as a tattooer, I'm like looking at it deeper, right? I'm looking at it like, oh wow, what can I learn from this? So now I'm not just a student, I'm not observing, I'm about to get the tattoo. And really nervous, right? He uses the Cheyenne Soul Nova. So of course I'm like, is that a 3? What is that? Is that a 7 curve? What is that? What are you using, a shader? Because I could feel it. And I laid down on the mat, and I couldn't believe it, because I've had maybe 2 or 3 clients fall asleep on me in 7 years of tattooing. And I'm like, how the fuck do you fall asleep? Because tattoos fucking hurt. Man, I knocked the fuck out. I'm going to tell you right now. Like, I knocked out. Apparently, I missed a break or 2 because I just knocked out. Because between the sound, the smell, it just felt so at peace. Plus the energy exchange, like, even before we even got to the tattooing, and anybody's, all the artists, before they start the tattoo, they share a moment of gratitude. And I am all about gratitude. I love it. The fact that that's at your workplace, like, I guess it has to be a cup of tea, but the reality is, like, why shouldn't you, right? And you're not just doing gratitude, you're doing gratitude with a gratitude stick, and where every client that's in the studio at that moment is part of it, right? So now when you have lunch, you kind of, hey, yo, John, yo, Dave, and then you kind of like, oh, where you coming from? You come from Arizona? You coming from Texas? I'm coming from PA. And it was just like, oh, we just built that. Oh, what are you getting? What are you getting? And it was pretty dope. And I just felt very privileged to be there, to have access to that experience. Not everybody can afford or be there, right? But I'm telling you, it was game changing. And I seen it, right? So in my own studio, I try to create a vibe. A vibe is going to be based off who I am and the experience I want you to have, or based on what I see my clients kind of get attracted to. So yeah, we did the gratitude. Then everybody goes to their stations and starts tattooing. The studio manager walks around, and then she takes your lunch order, and then everybody breaks for lunch at the same time. You eat together. It's just felt really like a family, right? So when they say, Andy says, like, when you're in here, your family, you're at home, and yo, that ass, I was so relaxed, man. I'm not even gonna front, man. I was so fucking relaxed getting tattooed that I couldn't even hold it in. I just fucking farted straight up. I was like, oh, well, you told me to be at home. I farted at home, and I farted right here, brother. Sorry about that. But it is what it is, man. So overall, I'm so happy with the experience, the energy exchange. It's very unique. It's very unique. And I've worked in traditional shops, and I've been in many shops. And it's a very unique experience. It's something I emulate, right? I want to see. So let's see, enough of my jibber jabber. Here's the tattoo that I got. I don't know if you can see it, or maybe I'll just take a still later. This was 6 hours and a half. We have, next time I'm in Texas, he'll go back in it. But yeah, I just feel, and this is the first tattoo outside of this one in here that I was like, it's Andy Foe. Like, fuck it. It is what it is, bro. Like, you want to let it go? Because I didn't like showing my tattoos. Personally, I'm not the showing tattoos type. I like having them concealed. But an opportunity to get tattooed by Andy, and just, I was like, man, put it whatever. So he put it there. So now it's well past the shirt. And I'm really happy with it. Like, I really am. I felt it was a little spicy back here. Anything after 4 hours, I'm going to say you go to a different level. You have to figure out how to meditate And that's part of the experience, right? Control your breathing, and but the environment really made it that comfortable. So yeah, overall, you know. And then when you're done, you get t-shirts, right? So you get this one. I got a white one. You get the aftercare, right? You're leaving with your H2O soap pump, clean it. You're leaving with your H2O ointment to maintain it. A nice piece of chocolate, a sticker. I mean, come on now, like that's how you do it. That's how you do it. I wouldn't expect anything less. I was just happy to experience it. So that is my experience with getting tattooed by Andy Foe. If you want to have a unique experience and want to have something creative to you, like if you don't know his work, I'll show you some right now. He can do it. He can do it. And it's not just about doing the tattoo. And then for those of you that are in the tattoo game, like he does mentorships. Like my levels just went up with him. My daughter did his seminar and her level went up. Her black and gray got so much better just from one hands-on with him. And if you want to get tattooed by him and learn by him, I mean, listen, like you're going to save time. He says it all the time. You're going to save time because you're not going to make these mistakes. You're not going to learn the hard way. It's one thing what you can learn from YouTube is another thing when somebody's right there to correct you or guide you or tell you like, hey, try this. And they're seeing you in real time. And I've done a good amount of courses. And I would rate Andy's number one, right? So I'll probably do a list on that too, like all the courses I've done. And Andy's right up there only because it's very tailored to you. And not even that, like the community that I fell in love with that shows up to his courses, he attracts people like-minded. And I feel comfortable that like, hey, I know all these artists now. I could call, yo, let me do a guest spot. Yo, let me come down. Let me do this. Let me do that. And like, you just build like this bond, right? So everybody upside is amazing to me. And people who are no longer upside or people who've been through his seminars, like I'm still like on IG, yo, what's good, Holmes? Or texting them, texting people. And we're just creating a community of genuine cheerleading for each other, right? It's competitive enough. And you're not going to tattoo everybody in the world. So when you learn to appreciate or be happy for other people, like you're going to get somewhere better in life. But enough of my soft side. Just wanted to, do this quick video. And yeah, man, appreciate y'all. If you like what I'm jibber jabbering, then you already know, like, I hate that I'm saying it, like and subscribe. And like, yeah, I'll be dropping some more. I'm going to be dropping my feedback in the summer symposium that I had with Eden this summer, which was around the same time I got this. Peace. Yo, so I'm just finishing editing. It's been a while for me, but I just wanted to add to the video because the fact of the matter is that now Andy is on fucking Ink Master. I am beyond excited, so happy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh shit. So this October, we're in October right now. Okay, we're in October right now. October 23rd, you're going to see Andy on Ink Master. And I'm like, yo, I've never been so excited ever for the show. I mean, I've always enjoyed the show, but like to have somebody you care about be on it, that you know, and you know the capabilities and what they do and they bring to the table is like, listen, I'm super excited. So now I've been tattooed by two ink people that have been on Ink Master. I'm just saying though. But either way, go out and support Andy. Check him out. I'm sure you already know about him by now. All you have to do is Google his name. He's going to pop up everywhere. Peace.